Hi, everybody. This is Lena Lassiter, and I am the founder and president of Forever Healed. I am a licensed minister and a certified grief recovery specialist, and I'm also educated in crisis and trauma, and currently in school obtaining my master's in human services counseling. The vice president of Forever Healed, Chastity Woodson, she asked me to post a video about children grieving during this time of crisis. So we have kids who are seniors in high school and who are seniors in college, and they have worked extremely hard this year and looking forward to graduation to find out that their graduation ceremony may be postponed, and even in some circumstances, it may be canceled. They may not be able to go to the prom. There are others who are thinking about school dances that they can't attend and join the company of their friends, during school lunchtime. Some of them may be missing their educators and a structured environment. Some of them can't eat. Some of them may not be eating during this time. So regardless of the circumstances, they are all grieving. So all of the above scenarios, they are losses. So I just wanted to take this time to remind some of you and introduce some of you to the meaning of grief. So grief is the normal and natural emotional reaction to a loss or change of any kind. That includes the loss of safety and the fear of loss of safety. And for those of you who have taken my grief recovery class, you know that my favorite definition of grief is the conflicting feelings caused by the end of or change in a familiar pattern. So their pattern, getting up, getting ready, getting dressed, brushing their teeth, getting their hair, doing their hair, wearing their favorite shoes, driving or catching the bus, to go to school, to now be at home and taking online classes is a loss. And I just wanted to make sure that all of our parents understood that. When we turn on the news, we are inundated with stories about the coronavirus, right? And we may be getting conflicting information from being told that it's a hoax to it's not that serious to don't worry about it. And then we also are hearing, on the other hand, to prepare for a pandemic, right? So you might see people now in the grocery stores and they're wearing face masks and they're wearing gloves, or you have noticed that your favorite store, they are out of hand sanitizer or other household supplies. And for heaven's sakes, who can find a roll of toilet paper, right? So you might have even heard your local government preparing for an emergency, right? Well, at the same time, you have people on social media telling us that, the flu is more dangerous. So with that being said, we as adults are getting conflicting information, during this time of crisis. So you could imagine what your children are going through. So I wanted to talk and share with you guys some symptoms of grief. So your child could be experiencing some sleeplessness, some poor grades, crying, sighing, absent-mindedness, social withdrawal, verbal attacks, fighting, excessive touching, or even excessive hugging. Now, keep in mind that that's not an inclusive list, but those are some signs and some things that you may want to be looking for. So what do we do, parents? What do we do to help our children during these times? So first of all, please know that there's no clear or set guidelines for all children. Why? Because kids, they have different levels of maturity and awareness based on their ages, based on their personalities. And just as you and I are, we were created unique and we are all individual and we all handle grief and loss differently, then that means that our children will too, right? They are also unique and individual. So again, they may all be experiencing different, symptoms. So they will, and because they are unique and individual, they will all heal, in a unique and individual way. So there's no catch-all, okay? But the first thing that we can do to help our children is to help ourselves. We hear it all the time, right? On airplanes, put your oxygen mask on before helping someone else. Our honesty in seeing and relaying loss and grief issues through our lives will indeed be the role model for our children. So we have to tell the truth about our feelings. And in doing so, then our children will feel safe. So why don't you start first, mom or dad, by telling them how you feel, during this time, and how your routine may have changed and how that has made you feel. Identifying. Number 2, we have to identify the feelings, right? So what do I mean by that? Give it a name. Adults are we often urge our children to suppress their feelings, to stuff them or deny their feelings. And why do we do that? Because grief can be uncomfortable and we don't want to see our children hurting, right? Or in pain. So we are uncomfortable in reality with seeing those feelings. But the more we promote denial of feelings, the greater the feelings become. And I'm going to say that one more time. The more we promote denial of feelings, the greater the feelings become. So hurt will only begin to dissipate when we identify our pain. So you have to identify the feelings. So number 1, we're going to help ourselves. Number 2, we're going to identify the feelings. We're going to give it a name. And number 3, validate your child's feelings. So let them know that you heard them. Don't interrupt them. Let them speak freely and then validate their feelings. So for example, if your child is telling you they feel a certain kind of way because there's no graduation ceremony, let them know, I heard you say that you're hurt because there's not going to be, a graduation ceremony. And that's real. And I'm sorry that you're dealing with this right now. I can't imagine how you must feel at this time. But thank you for sharing that with me. And then we have to incorporate the child's thoughts and feelings into creative writing. So again, this is going to vary based off of age. So if it's a young child, then you will have them storytell, right? They can journal, they can do an essay, they can do letters, they can do autobiographies. And then I want you to have them do memory books about their school, about their teachers, about their friends, what they like most. This way they can create new memories, positive feelings, right? They can also create songs or dances to help create new feelings. And I want to close with this, because I hear this question or statement quite often with adults, and they will ask this question, what's wrong with these kids of today, right? I often hear that. Well, let me help you. Children are faced with experiences and memories that may be incomprehensible to us. The divorce rate is on an all-time high. They're dealing with death. They're dealing with sexual abuse. They're dealing with relocation. They're dealing with exposure to violence. They're dealing with bullying at all levels, cyberbullying. And now here we are faced with this COVID-19. And then we have this social distancing. But I encourage you parents not to have them social distance. And hear what I'm saying. They can still be socially active via social media. Whether you have a Zoom account and let them have some study time with their friends via video. Maybe they can share some of their journaling, some of their poetry, some of their creativeness, through video with one another. Let them have playtime, through video, maybe play games. So we definitely want to continue to have them, socialize in some way, while being safe. So this is one time where we can definitely take advantage of technology and social media. All of us are educators, right? We learn through life. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your accolades are. It doesn't matter what your educational level is. As you mature, you learn and you grow. And we are all responsible for teaching back, what we have learned. So all of us can help create a safe and feeling environment for our children. So let us have patience before responding and acting out without proper thought. So I want you to practice SAFE. So the S stands for seizing the moment. So guide the child through their healing process. The A, act. Children respond to warmth and caring, so make sure that we're reaching out. F, find strength. Children are taught to hide feelings, and these feelings, they come out in some way. If we truly knew what was driving the child to act out, we would be less prone as adults to criticize and to judge. And the E, establish a relationship. Let the children know that you are aware of what they're going through. But more importantly, we want to be a heart with ears, and we want to let them know that we are here whenever they need to talk. Safe. Seize, act, find strength, and establish. Let us know if this video was helpful. We will be posting more videos in the future. If there are some topics that you would like us to discuss, please feel free to reach out to us via Facebook, via Instagram, and just let us know what topics that we can help you with. We're here to help you through your healing journey, and I appreciate you sharing this video, liking it. Again, reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So we're Forever Healed on Facebook. We're Forever Healed on Twitter, at the number 4, Ever Healed, and then on Instagram, Forever Healed. So thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it, and we look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye.